Today's topic is in today's adult stepfather and stepson relationships. Who is responsible, like, who for paying all the bills, right? We kind of get this thing in a situation. It's real funny, man, with our young people today. This situation, it kind of takes on, I'm grown to, you older than me and you're in the father role, so you're supposed to pay, to look out for me. You're supposed to keep money in my pocket. You're supposed to pay for the lights I leave on every night. You're supposed to pay for not only you to have something to eat and mama to have something to eat, but these young males seem to believe that it's the stepfather, because most of the time we have a lot of fathers that are not present, and we have fathers that are present, but a lot of times wherever mama goes, their son goes. So, that mama stuff that goes on. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Who's responsible for taking care of the stepson? Is it the responsibility of the stepfather to feed, clothe, and buy the drawers and buy the soap and buy all these things? Is it the stepfather's responsibility? Or even to flip it a little bit, is it the son's responsibility to take care of mama's old man? Right? The guy who stepped up to play the role of stepfather. Is it the son's responsibility to take care of the guy or person that mama picked up? The guy mama might have saw hanging on the corner drinking some of that cheap wine that they got out there, the kind of wine that one would say has no grapes in it, Thunderbird wine out of his road. Is it the son's responsibility to take care of pop? This is a subject there that you might think is a nothing subject, but as we really delve into, open our eyes, pay attention, there are these situations where there's a son, he might be balling, he might got a little change, right? And he's sitting up and he's looked over everything, he's pocket watched, and he goes on in and say, hey, man, this is a good kid. The chick don't look all that good, but I'll stay here with her, I'll be a lover and I'll be a comforter, and I'll let her son take care of us, I make it seem like I got your mama back, but in reality, you're not really doing much to take care of her, it's just morale. So the question is it in this stepfather-stepson relationship kind of thing, is it the father's responsibility to take care of a grown son? We're talking about grown. We're not talking, because sometimes you can not really listen to what the video was going on, and you can assume that I'm talking about taking care of a child. No, I'm talking about a grown person, right? Is it the responsibility, because the stepfather chooses to get up every day and go to his job and make some ends meet to take care of the house, right? When there's a healthy son here in his 30s, possibly 40s, that won't get up and he won't go look for a job and he won't go look for a place, is it the stepfather's responsibility to take care of the stepson and make sure that he's okay, make sure that he has money to buy whatever substance he's using, if he wants to drink those hot beers, make sure he got a hot beer every day sitting on the table? Is it the stepfather's responsibility to take care of the stepson and make them feel comfortable and just live off the land? Is it his responsibility to do that? Some would say, oh, you're tripping, oh, you're Vietnamese. Why don't you just, hey, if you buy something for his mom, if you feed her every day, you should be able to feed him. But one would question, how long is this going to have to last? How long will a person have to take care of a grown man? And if a stepfather is taking care of a grown man, will he ever learn how to take care of himself. If the stepfather is taking care of a father that's not taking care of himself, that the stepson has children of his own, is the stepfather also becoming a grandfather to do the job that the father should do for his own children by taking care of everybody? So one would wonder on this thing, what is this thing about? Is it about teaching someone how to be responsible, or is it about teaching someone how to be irresponsible? And one would probably add up that you possibly can be making your stepson irresponsible by doing the work that he should do for himself. Right? Now, there are situations that one would have. There are some of us that are not the sharpest knife in the drawer, some of us that have medical issues, and some of us are not able to take care of ourselves. So it's understandable, because you can have a child, you can have a grown child that is disabled in many places. He cannot walk, he cannot function, he may be autistic. So these are different areas, but a healthy person that's able to do different things, is able to do crimes and pull off good licks, one would wonder, is it the stepfather responsibility, who loves the mother of the stepson or the stepchild, is it their responsibility to take care of their grown 40 plus, 30 plus son? Is it their responsibility? So you can get caught up in this kind of thing. Many people are getting caught up in this thing. Many people are also having issues when it comes to having grown children live in the house with them in their relationships. Because after a while, you know, after someone finally says something, many people get in these kind of relationships and find themselves in an altercation or a fight with the son, the stepson. Because this cycle is going on, and the stepson many times are waiting for someone to say something, waiting for someone to address what's already been addressed, is already out in the open for everybody to see, even the neighbors when they come over. So many times when the person is addressed, when the point comes up about this ain't cool no more, many times the stepson will be on the attack mode. He wants to attack because you're pulling his coat, because you pull the sheets from off of someone's head, because you said something about what they're not doing and what they're not contributing. You know, I even heard a story once about a young man that was talking to his living stepfather, who was working and providing for the family, and he was like telling the stepfather, hey, I'll let you hit my weed, and you know, maybe once or twice a week. When I'm smoking my weed, I shared my weed with you. So why is you talking about what the stepson said about me not paying no bills, right? He was, and he felt he had a legitimate argument, because he was like, hey, you know what I mean? My weed is important too. And you just want to smoke and enjoy yourself, you know? Why you didn't say nothing then when you was hitting my weed? Well, staying in the state of California, and I'm sure any state in the United States, a hit of weed ain't gonna get it. You know, it's not gonna pay a bill. It's not gonna pay a water bill. It's not gonna do anything like that. So the ignorance today of a lot of families and stuff, ignorance from the top to the bottom, the ignorance of thinking that you're sharing something so small to pay for something so big. It's, you know, it's hard out here, and very ignorant kind of statement to say that, you know. But what do you do with the kind of father, I would say, like if I was in that position, what would you say to a person that don't drink alcohol? marijuana, they don't indulge in any kind of substances or drug. So, does the father, uh, stepfather still have to take care of the stepson, right? Uh, in a situation where you can't bargain. You can't bargain. The only bargain is to become independent. Become independent, man. Become independent of your own, because it's a great feeling to know that you can take care of yourself. It's an awful feeling to sit and just continue to, when it's time to buy groceries. We can find individuals when it's time to buy groceries, the grown stepson could be going to the store, and when they go to the store, if they buy something, they often will, might throw out, hey, you guys want something from the store? Well, they're not saying, do you want something from the store, because they're going to buy it for you. They're saying, do you want something from the store? I'll get it, and I want my money back when I get home. But on the flip side of it, when mama and stepdaddy is cooking, right, they don't throw no money on the table for the food that's prepared, right? They don't think they should ever have to pay for anything. They don't go shopping for the house. They go shopping for themselves. So should the parents and step-parents be responsible for taking care of grown children? It's a heavy thing. Are we helping our young by telling them they don't have to work? Are we telling our sons and even daughters, when they get in relationships and somewhat are staying outside the house in their own place, when they get into an argument with their partner, and we say, hey, you ain't got to put up with that. Girl, you forget that dude. Forget that young lady. She ain't cool. I didn't like her anyway. When we get in our kids' business and we begin to tell them that they don't have to put up with whatever, they don't have to work through things with the person they're at home with, that they can come back home and get in their own bed or their bed they were in when they was a child. When we tell them that, I think that's wrong. That's an unhealthy thing to do. Because all people in all relationships are going to have to work through relationships and work through issues with their partner. And many times, like myself, I don't have a mother living that I can go home to and get in my own bed and not deal with whatever I was dealing with. So it's good to be responsible. Don't go running back to the house all the time. Many times, your parents and the step-parents may not want you there, right? Nobody minds somebody coming over to visit, somebody coming over to eat. But to be there all the time, knowing that the expense of bills, and just because you have the title of being someone's son, don't mean the title pays the bills. The title doesn't pay the bills. The title says, hey, that's my son. The title says, if there was some issue, mama may come running, stepdad come running, but actually living and really being responsible going forward, the title of son or the title of daughter, it got to be more to it. We got to quit thinking we got something coming. We got to quit thinking that we are going to receive an inheritance while our parents are alive, that we can just sit back and anybody that mama gets with, we can go with them too. That's the rule of a child. A child, in 70, 80%, 100% of the time, not 100, but at least 70% of the time, when the child is underage, they will go with their mother. Wherever his mother goes, they go. But many of us still believe that we are supposed to go everywhere mama goes. How is that becoming the adult that we say in this video? How is that doing adult things when mama moves in with her man and her sons, her grown sons, believe they should be to go with mama, right? And not with their sisters. They don't want to stay with their sisters. And really, they probably don't have a choice to be staying with their sisters. And maybe the sisters, I'm sure, would rather their brother go with mama instead of worrying about their brother staying with them. But somewhere in this, many of us, and many people believe that wherever mama go, I get to go. When are we going to change that, y'all? When are we going to change that? I need y'all to respond, send a message to the thing. I'm going to get back at you. You know, I'm tapping back into that area. I'm going to respond back. So we can talk about this, man. We can talk about this because we're building, I believe, a lot of poor hustlers. Men or boys or males, especially black males, back in the 60s and the 50s and even the 70s, young men couldn't wait to get out of the house, right? Maybe they had fathers at a time back then, and they couldn't wait to get away from their father, and they couldn't wait to become a real man, right? Many people were going, and many males were signing up for the service. They were finding ways to get some education. They were learning how to be plumbers, learning how to be construction workers, learning how to put roofs on the house, learning how to do multiple things where they can survive and also where they can build their own family and take care of their own family and also take care of the house. So we today, in our generations today, in this era of the year 2026, we are not pushing education. We're not pushing being physically and mentally independent. We are pushing, you can put that diaper on and you can wear it till you're 50. And I still got your room in the back, and mama made your bed up. And mama even wiping your mouth out when you eat and you drip something on your shirt. We are in a debate, and so I'm gonna wonder, is it the stepfather's responsibility to take care of the adult grown stepson? Is it their responsibility? Many young people today, very smart people, right? But there's a intentional switch that many people do, many of these young males do. I would call it playing stupid here, right? With all the intelligence, all the answers, you say, how do you do this on this phone? They say, let me show you. And it's so quick at it, right? Which is a gift. But when they get into a financial bind, they become stupid. They become, I don't know how to do this. I don't know, you ain't working, I don't, you know, all that stuff. And it's an act, right? Because when you play like you don't know, it's also a play to manipulate someone else to know and to pay for you not knowing. So as things come out of other people's pockets, things begin to come out of other people's pockets by those who play slow. I've had this guy, I remember this individual I know was going, he wanted to exercise, right? And I'm always watching stuff. I see stuff that most people don't see. Anyway, he got him kind of big and all that. And he was, he had his shoes on, not all the way on, but he had the front of his toes in his shoe. And the back wasn't over the back of his foot. And the guy was like, you know, I don't know what his girl does for him at home, you know, rub his back, put his shoes on for him. I don't know. You know, but he's a big guy and all that. He wasn't so big he couldn't put his own shoe on. But as he was getting out the car, he was going on the wall. And he kind of stuck his foot out and looked at me and looked back down at his foot. You know, and I'm supposed to, like I'm gonna bend down and stick my finger in his shoe and pull his shoe up on his foot. You know. Well, I just tell you. You know, I don't get out like that. You know, I don't, no. You put your own shoes on, or you walk with no shoes on and no socks, it makes me no different. You know, because I'm gonna put my own shoes on. But, yeah, so people manipulate and act like I can't do something. And it's a play game many times, like with our children and our young adults. I don't know. But don't nobody want to take care of no grown somebody that don't know. Or play like they know everything. And all that, that is tiresome. That is tiresome. One of my prayers, you guys, is for people to step into their own adulthood and for people to get their own key. You know, a lot of people say they're grown and, you know, they do a few things and really not up to speed. You gotta give it to a lot of women, right, raising children, right, because they bear 24/7. And it's all kind of requests from their babies, right, who are not grown yet. And so sometimes we as fathers, we throw in a few dollars. Sometimes we throw in $200 or $300. Sometimes we just throw in $30. And it's just a whole lot more to raising a child, you know. But then it got this other picture. If you don't do your job as you should, you can fall into raising the same child like 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 10 different times. You're like, I already went through 18 years. Here come another 18 years. And then here come another 18 years. And we cripple people. So, I think I've been talking for a while, man. I want y'all to subscribe to my channel. Put a like on there. I want y'all to share this video. You know, if you want to send a couple of little change or something, that's nice. You know, well, subscribe to my channel. We'll get to all that kind of stuff later. Of course, everybody needs some kind of support for what they're doing. I just recently upgraded my counseling license, which I've been having for years, several different ones. I just upgraded to a clinical supervisor, right here. A guy from the hood, neighborhood in East Oakland called Sabrina Park. We just thugging it out back then. We were hustling, you know, selling drugs and all that, you know, to survive. And, you know, after a while, man, things get old and things they gotten old for me, you know. Now I'm a new man, you know, and my thing now is I'm the person, I've been called, I'm grateful to God. My thing now is I'm the individual that's willing to take the burden of the tribe without ever taking a bribe. I'm willing to take the burden, guys, of the tribe without ever taking a bribe. You know, I'm a man to stay connected to. I'm a man that you're going to want to talk to. And I'm a man that got a reach and a hold on God, and God has a hold on me. And it's that power unit, man. It's like having a beatbox radio back in the day, and it don't got no batteries, and the batteries don't work in the radio. But if you put that plug from the radio into that socket, you get that energy. I'm that energy. And I want y'all to subscribe to my channel. It's called The Counselor, Mr. James Horton on YouTube. All right? The Counselor, Mr. James Horton on YouTube. Thank you for attending my group.